Inside every high-speed compressor, a microscopic contaminant can trigger catastrophic seal failure. So how do modern compressor systems protect dry gas seals from oil, moisture, and particles? The answer lies in a highly engineered contamination control system. Filters, heaters, coalescers, designed under API 692 standards. In this video, we'll decode how DGS contamination control works in real industrial compressor packages using detailed 3D engineering visualization. This is 3D DECODE. Let's begin. Dry gas seals rarely fail suddenly without warning. There are almost always early signals before catastrophic damage occurs. Vent flow changes, ΔP instability, rising temperatures, or contamination indicators usually appear first. Engineers who identify these signals early can prevent expensive shutdowns and seal replacement. Next, why DGS systems are sensitive. Dry gas seals operate on an extremely thin gas film, typically only 3 to 5 microns thick. This tiny gas layer separates the rotating and stationary seal faces without physical contact. Any contamination, pressure disturbance, or vibration can collapse this gas film instantly. That is why DGS systems require extremely clean and stable operating conditions. Next, failure mode 1, contamination. Contamination is the most common dry gas seal failure mechanism. Liquids, oil mist, or particles enter the seal cavity and destroy the stable gas film. Once the gas film collapses, the seal faces begin touching directly, generating friction and heat rapidly. Damage then accelerates very quickly. Next, causes of contamination. Several conditions commonly create contamination problems. Gas temperature may drop below dew point, causing condensation. Oil may migrate from the bearing housing if separation gas fails. Or failed filters and coalescers may allow particles and liquid carryover into the seal gas system. Next, signs of contamination. One of the most important warning signs is increasing primary vent flow. Oily or milky deposits in the vent system also indicate liquid contamination. Erratic ΔP readings often appear when liquid slugs disturb the gas film. These early signals should never be ignored. Next, failure mode 2, reverse differential pressure. Dry gas seals depend completely on correct pressure hierarchy. Seal gas pressure must always remain above process gas pressure. If process pressure becomes higher than seal gas pressure, dirty process gas reverses into the seal cavity. This condition is called ΔP reversal. Next, why ΔP reversal is dangerous. ΔP reversal is one of the fastest DGS failure mechanisms. Unfiltered process gas immediately reaches the seal faces. Contamination and thermal damage begin almost instantly. This is why low ΔP alarms are treated as critical alarms in compressor systems. Next, causes of ΔP reversal. Reverse differential pressure usually happens because of seal gas supply failure or unstable control systems. Startup and shutdown transients are especially dangerous. A failed control valve or sudden process pressure spike may also collapse the pressure hierarchy. Fast corrective action is essential. Next, failure mode 3, face contact and overheating. When the gas film collapses completely, seal faces physically touch each other. This creates frictional heat and thermal distortion very rapidly. Carbon tracks, scoring, and even face cracking may occur. Seal temperature rises sharply during this condition. Next, indicators of face contact. Several field symptoms indicate overheating and face contact. Seal temperature increases suddenly. Vent leakage flow gradually rises as face geometry becomes damaged. Grinding or squealing sounds near the seal area are also major warning signs. Next, failure mode 4, excessive vibration and rotor issues. Rotor instability and vibration strongly affect dry gas seal reliability. Excessive shaft motion changes gas film thickness unevenly around the seal circumference. This causes localized face contact and uneven wear patterns. Many DGS failures are actually rotor dynamic failures. Next, mechanical causes of seal failure. Misalignment, rotor imbalance, bearing degradation, and subsynchronous instability are common mechanical causes. Seal failures that occur together with rising vibration levels usually indicate rotor problems instead of contamination problems. The rotor system and seal system always interact together. They cannot be treated separately. Next, failure mode 5, seal gas starvation. Seal gas starvation occurs when insufficient gas reaches the seal cavity. Without enough flow, the hydrodynamic gas film becomes unstable and weak. The seal gradually overheats and performance deteriorates over time. This failure mode is often progressive instead of sudden. Next, causes of starvation. Blocked filters, undersized piping, and control valve problems are major starvation causes. High filter differential pressure is often the first warning sign. Flow alarms may also appear before seal degradation becomes severe. Maintenance discipline is very important here. Next, failure mode 6, secondary seal overload. When the primary seal fails badly, the secondary seal absorbs full process pressure. But secondary seals are not designed for long-term primary sealing duty. High secondary vent flow becomes visible during this condition. At this stage, shutdown planning becomes urgent. Next, root cause mapping philosophy. Good troubleshooting begins by matching symptoms with likely root causes. For example, high primary vent flow usually points toward contamination or primary seal wear. Low delta P alarms usually indicate pressure control failure or seal gas loss. Fast diagnosis prevents escalation. Next, step 1, verify pressure hierarchy. The first troubleshooting step is always checking the pressure hierarchy. Seal gas pressure must remain higher than process gas pressure. Process gas pressure must remain higher than separation gas pressure. If this sequence fails, reverse flow and contamination risk become immediate. Next, step 2, verify gas quality. Next, engineers verify gas quality conditions. Seal gas temperature must remain above dew point with proper margin. Filters and coalescers must operate correctly. No liquid carryover should ever reach the seal cavity. Next, step 3, check flow and pressure stability. Stable flow and pressure are essential for DGS operation. Oscillating control valves or unstable pressure loops create dangerous delta P fluctuations. Engineers should verify that seal gas flow remains stable under all operating conditions. Control instability often appears before failure. Next, step 4, check vibration trends. Vibration data provides important mechanical diagnostic information. Rising 110 vibration often indicates imbalance or misalignment. Subsynchronous vibration may indicate rotor instability or oil whirl. Mechanical issues must always be investigated together with seal problems. Next, step 5, trend vent flow. Vent flow is the most important DGS health indicator. A gradual increase often appears long before catastrophic seal failure occurs. Trending is much more valuable than waiting for high alarm conditions. Even small changes should trigger investigation. Next, steps, verify separation gas. Separation gas protects the seal from oil contamination coming from the bearing housing. Its pressure must remain above bearing housing pressure at all times. If separation gas fails, oil migrates toward the seal faces rapidly. Oil contamination destroys dry gas seals very quickly. Next, alarm interpretation. Each DGS alarm represents a real system condition. High primary vent flow indicates seal degradation or contamination. Low seal gas pressure threatens delta P reversal. High filter delta P warns about starvation risk. Next, high secondary vent flow alarm. One of the most serious alarms is high secondary vent flow. This usually means the primary seal has already failed significantly. The secondary seal is now carrying abnormal pressure load. Immediate engineering attention is required. Next, why gas conditioning matters. Most DGS failures originate in the conditioning system, not in the seal hardware itself. Filters remove particles. Coalescers remove oil mist and liquid droplets. Heaters prevent condensation and wet gas formation. Next, importance of filtration. High-efficiency filtration is critical for seal reliability. Even microscopic particles can damage seal faces and disrupt the gas film. Duplex filters are commonly used, so one filter can remain online during maintenance. Continuous clean gas supply is mandatory. Next, importance of coalescers. Coalescers remove fine liquid aerosols that normal filters cannot capture. Tiny oil or water droplets combine into larger droplets and drain safely away. Without coalescers, oil mist reaches the seal faces directly. This creates immediate reliability problems. Next, importance of heaters. Gas heaters maintain seal gas temperature safely above dew point. Without sufficient temperature margin, condensation forms inside the gas system. Liquid formation inside the seal gas line is extremely dangerous. This is why heater performance is closely monitored. Next, delta P control strategy. Stable differential pressure control is the foundation of API 692 systems. Control loops must respond quickly during startup, shutdown, and surge conditions. Fast response valves and reliable instrumentation are essential. Slow response creates major risk. Next, maintenance discipline. Reliable DGS systems require disciplined maintenance practices. Filters must be replaced before severe plugging occurs. Coalescer drains must be checked regularly, and instruments must remain properly calibrated. Next, real engineering insight. There is one very important industry lesson. Most dry gas seal failures are system failures, not seal design failures. Wet gas, oil contamination, poor LDLP control, and ignored vent flow trends cause most real-world failures. The seal itself is usually the victim. Next, what not to do. There are several critical mistakes engineers and operators must avoid. Never ignore small vent flow increases. Never start the compressor before seal gas stabilizes. And never bypass alarms without identifying the root cause. Next, more critical prohibitions. Operating with clogged filters is extremely dangerous. Ignoring dew point margin also creates high contamination risk during ambient or process changes. These small operational mistakes often lead to catastrophic failures later. Discipline is critical in DGS operation. Next, interview Q&A, most common failure cause. One of the most common interview questions is, what is the most common DGS failure cause? The answer is contamination, especially liquid ingress that destroys the gas film between the seal faces. Next, interview Q&A, most critical parameter. Another common question is, what is the most critical operating parameter? The answer is differential pressure, maintaining the correct pressure hierarchy under all operating conditions. Next, interview Q&A, why heater is important. Interviewers also frequently ask about gas heaters. The heater keeps gas temperature above dew point and prevents condensation. Without proper heating, liquid formation damages the dry gas seal rapidly. This is a very important reliability concept. Next, interview Q&A, early failure detection. The best early indicator of DGS degradation is increasing vent flow trend. Trending is always more valuable than waiting for high alarms. Small gradual increases often appear long before catastrophic failure occurs. Good engineers watch trends carefully. Next, interview Q&A, separation gas failure. If separation gas fails, oil migrates from the bearing housing into the seal cavity. Oil contamination destroys the gas film and damages seal faces quickly. This is considered an urgent condition in compressor operation. Immediate corrective action is required. Next, 3 core concepts. There are 3 core DGS concepts every engineer must remember. Contamination causes failure. Delta P controls gas flow direction, and vent flow represents seal health. Next, the golden line. There is one famous dry gas seal engineering principle. Dry gas seal failures are almost always caused by loss of clean dry gas or incorrect pressure hierarchy, not by the seal itself. This principle explains most real industrial DGS failures. Protect the gas quality, maintain the Delta P hierarchy, trend the vent flow. Catch final takeaway. Dry gas seal reliability depends mainly on clean gas, correct pressure hierarchy, stable control, and early detection. Contamination, Delta P reversal, starvation, overheating, and rotor instability are the major failure modes engineers must control. Most catastrophic failures begin with small ignored warning signs, and understanding the support system is the key to mastering DGS reliability. So that's how filters, heaters, and coalescers protect dry gas seal systems from contamination, ensuring reliability in critical compressor operations. From oil and gas engineering to advanced industrial technologies, we decode complex systems into powerful 3D visual experiences. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the future of engineering visualization. I'm AstraX, and this is 3D Decode. See you in the next video.